Welcome to episode 3 of Crucial Moments, where I will show you a beautiful moment in a game between Yang Dingxin and Tao Xingyan, played as the part of the 8th Lanke Cup semi-final. And Lanke basically means rotten handle, so it's quite interesting to name a tournament after that, right? If you also know the story, the legend behind this, let me know in the comments below. So our story starts here, where Black is basically trying to chase White inside his territory, and so this white group is not currently alive, but it's actually not that hard to make alive because K18 will make White alive and it's White's turn. So the question is, can White do better than just living? And the answer is yes. And for example, there's some obvious choices. For example, push here, so you get extra points here, or some commentators were mentioning this. Push down. Actually, this move is also quite vital because if Black doesn't respond, then of course White can connect under. So to put pressure on the White group, Black has to descend. But once Black does this, this corner has lost some points for Black. So even in the previous variation, you know, when you do this, you should always come down. This move you always need just to make it optimal play. But White can do better than push or jump here, and the move is quite beautiful, and it's here. This is also the move suggested by AI as well. So you may be thinking, isn't this just a beginner mistake? Can't Black just take? Well, that's the whole point. This Black, after taking it, White gets this Sente later on to Atari. If Black takes, then what happens is later on this becomes Sente for White. For if Black tries to resist, then White can just take. Black probably can't risk White getting another connection here. So if Black plays elsewhere, then connect, and you see that Black gets 1, 2, 3 liberties. White has 1, 2, 3, 4 liberties. So that's not good. And notice that White didn't lose any points by playing here, because this point is compensated by Black's playing here. So basically White got something for free by playing here, and White has chosen the best moment possible to play this, because this locks in Black's choices. Now by that I mean, if White had played this first to live, and say the game continues in some way, shape or form, and maybe after many moves, if White decides to cut here, now Black doesn't necessarily have to Atari here. Black can Atari here instead, and the compensation is that White can get this Yosei here, but this Yosei is Gote. Why is that important? Because playing this at a later point gives White two choices, to Atari here or to play here. So White can choose the one that's more advantageous. Whereas if you play here right away, White has to make this choice. Otherwise, you know, you can just Atari down and capture this Black group. So at this point, White has no choice but to Atari here. But if you live first, then White has a choice. So Black can choose the one that's more advantageous for him at that later point. And considering Yang Dingxin as White only won this game by half a point, I'd go as far as to say that this is the game-winning move, because it kind of created an opportunity here to reduce Black by quite a few points without losing points himself. Hope you liked this. If you liked it, please hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time.